What does this mean for Lamar Jackson, Joey Burrow, and everybody else that's going to be looking for a deal? Russell Wilson has already been paid. This will be his third contract that he's made. So it's not his first contract like Lamar, Joey Burrow, and Kyler Murray was just seeking a couple weeks ago. But the $165 million guaranteed as opposed to the full contract being guaranteed, everybody on the internet saying, this is bad news for Lamar Jackson. Other people on the internet, agents around the NFL, are saying Russell Wilson just did the NFL a favor. He got this deal done with not a fully guaranteed so that nobody else expects it. First, Kyler didn't do it. Now Russell Wilson, who's already won a Super Bowl, is Russell Wilson. He's not taking a fully guaranteed deal. So now no other quarterbacks can expect a fully guaranteed deal. Now that's a very negative way to look at it. 165 M's guaranteed for your third contract is a hell of a fucking deal. Yeah. But what does this mean for Lamar Jackson going forward? I think he still has his exact same business gripe that he had a day ago, and I think he will going into whenever the negotiation finally ends.
Shouldn't mean shit when it comes to Lamar. He should be in his own ballpark. Like we just said, Russell'll be 34 this year. You know, Lamar is 25, so has at least another 10 years you would expect ahead of him. I'm still sitting in the same place. You give Lamar 4 years, 200 and some change, make him the highest paid annually, do right by him, and then he's back at the table before 30. And, you know, the Ravens, they can make another decision 3-4 years down the line if they want to move on. But I don't think this changes it for Lamar. Great deal for Russ.
I think so. 34 years. Yeah. Everybody's like, "Oh, this Lamar." I'm like, "What, dude? Like, this is another." You get rich if you get drafted early and you make your first contract.
Yep.
Second contract, you're kind of sniffing the upper richness. You get wealthy in like your third, fourth contracts, which is where Russell is. Lamar is still on his rookie contract. Yeah. So acting like that contract that Russell just signed is anything like what Lamar should sign, very different. Now, the Deshaun one, I guess you could also say, because he got paid by Houston already. Yeah. But it's in a division. He didn't finish that, and he's still in his... So it's like Lamar should not change his tune at all, I don't think. No. Even though everybody on the internet's like, he's going to fucking ruin it for Lamar. It's like, not if I'm Lamar. If I'm Lamar, it's like, hey, good for Russ. Let's ride. Way to go, Russ. Way to go. Now, for me... Deshaun, fucking this guy.
Yeah, we still up here, bro.
The first one.
I don't know what you're thinking. If Russ was a rookie and had accomplished what Lamar has accomplished, his agent and his deal would be looking for exactly what Deshaun's doing. So I don't think this changes fucking shit.
No, I feel like if anything, like guys who have already had their deals, like Josh Allen and Mahomes, and probably even you could maybe throw Kyler in, is like, oh, okay, so now when I turn 34, this is kind of like the base. Or even when I turn, 30, 32, because Mahomes, he'll be at the end of his 10-year deal when he's around 34, 35, so now he knows that's how much he can get. But do you think that...
Do you remember we were lied to about how much that was worth?
Oh, yeah. 470.
Mahomes' deal looks better every day for the Chiefs.
Yes.
Every day.
It was supposed to be a $500 million deal. Then it ended up being like a $460 million deal. It's like, well, that's $40 million deal. I mean, I guess we're just throwing away millions at this point, but $40 million, a lot of fucking $1 million just to throw away. They're like, yeah, we reported that. It's like, no, you didn't. So we don't know what's real and what isn't, I guess, at this point. We can assume this Russ deal is real?
Yeah, for sure. And like the Mahomes deal, it was awesome in the beginning, but isn't there kind of some thought, like, because the way that deal was structured is why they couldn't keep Tyreek Hill around? Because of how big his money number was?
They can keep anybody around. Don't even think about falling into that trap. What are you doing?
Well, I'm just saying, he's what, $70 million this year?
What's that guy all about?
Can't be doing it, dude.
Can't be doing it. It doesn't matter.
You know it. Still.
You smack in the mouth.
Yeah, it does. You're trying to fall into, I'm going into network TV real quick?
It's going to matter because it happens. These teams lose guys.
Doesn't happen.
I know it.
I disagree.
It just happened with A.J. Brown in Tennessee. They couldn't sign him.
They could have signed Tyreek. Tyreek hated Jackson Mahomes. What do you think? Do you think it was the money or the burial of Jackson Mahomes?
I think it was definitely the money.
I think he wanted to catch the most accurate ball in the league from Tua.
Well, there's a lot of conversations here that could be had. Who has the most accurate throwing arm in all of the NFL? Tyreek said Tua, and he said, I'm done with this. Get me out of here. They could have paid him if they wanted to pay him, I think. Because they could have restructured Patrick Mahomes.
Packers could have paid Devontae.
Tried to
pay him more. You got in Las Vegas. So,
but couldn't because of the guarantees, right? Because of the numbers.
You can structure it, though, in any particular fashion. He could take a $1 million salary this year. They could fucking structure this thing to just run this whole thing out. If they really want to keep somebody, they can. That is what we have learned. What has happened to you? You honestly sound like Mike Florio right now.
No, because these teams have to pay pay for it eventually.
They
this
don't
is-
though.
God.
You sound exactly like what these
Yes.
people sound like.
It's it happened to New England. Like we saw it. I saw it at least with New England after the end of Brady's whole run because it's stacked up. Now, granted, it's only for 1 year, but if you want to keep guys in their prime and give them the top dollar, like someone's got to pay for it eventually.
No, that's not real. The only thing that happens, I guess, is if your quarterback does leave. Tom left. Drew Brees left down in the Saints, so they had to fucking pay for that. They had to cut like 9 or 10 guys or whatever. Still able to keep a lot of their top guys. But I think with the way the salary cap gymnastics has been popping off, I think you can literally pay anybody anything and keep them forever. I honestly believe that if you want to. The Patrick Mahomes thing, it is interesting because that was originally reported as 10-year, $500 million. And it's like, God damn, $500 million to play football is a lot of money. But in a couple of years, it feels like that's going to be like a
He's
2-3 year deal.
renegotiate that.
I was going to say,
Well, that's to keep Tyreek. They could have done that too.
To.
They would have to. That's why they. What's
Plus,
that?
he's the face of, the league pretty much, or one of them, and so he's already part owner of the Royals. So, I'm sure he's making
Sporting cases.
That's what
State
they did to
Farm.
Tom, right? Didn't Tom renegotiate like every couple of years?
Yeah, every couple of years, but he again was not making less money,
Yeah.
but he wasn't making the top dollar that everyone wants now.
He was getting it all in signing bonus though instead, right?
Yeah, some of it, but he still wasn't like year to year, like
He
in
did
that
actually
top
take
five.
less.
Even
this year.
now.
Where is he this year? He's making like
25.
20 something.
He's still very low.
And he just could have won the MVP. Like he was right there neck and neck with A-Rod for the MVP last year, and he's making.
A lot of
25,
people
so-
argue he should have won the MVP last year. Sorry about it. Didn't do the show.
That's right.
That show wins
the
MVP.
rule.
Jim Gray doesn't have the juice.
They are
Sorry
back,
about
though.
it. They are back. Hey,
Yeah.
let's go.
Season 2.
Sure, Jim will ask the tough questions about everything.
Yeah, the show won't suck.
So 20 seasons in New England, Tom Brady made $235 million.
Yes.
Russell Wilson playing 0 seasons in Denver, $235 million going for the next 7 years. It's a different world. It's a different game. Salary cap is different too.